Hello, the following podcast is spoken in a mixed language of both English and Spanish, also known as Spanglish, because that is our main way of talking and it's the best way for us to express our thoughts on the topics that we speak of. Which, by the way, we are in no way any experts on the subjects, despite having the internet in front of us while we record, which you will hear us use on occasion for live fact-checking every once in a while. Most, if not all, we talk about is from general personal experience. Also, we needed a buffer to get past the algorithm censors on certain platforms. Enjoy.
This podcast is brought to you in part by yourselves. You found this podcast. I don't know how or where, because we sure as hell haven't told anybody. But hey, here you are listening to it. So again, congratulations. Give yourselves a hand, but just one.
Hey everyone, this is Tony, interjecting here for a quick second. Before you start adding me at social media, just wanted to clarify that the reason I got to paying for dating apps is because of environmental situations, such as, I respect the rules for the pandemic. I am not exactly a person that likes to go out to bars and whatnot, and most social gatherings have been closed, or hey, I just got out of chemo, I shouldn't be going to large gatherings at that current time. So paying for dating apps was like the only way to try and find someone out there. That's all I wanted to say. Just wanted to clarify that, just so that it makes kind of more sense for why did I ended up paying for 3 apps at the same time. That's all. Enjoy the show.
Probably mute my phone.
I should mute mine too.
Espérate, I should mute
you, the assistant. The
assistants, because both of them. Okay, the other one's muted.
And is the other one unplugged?
The other one's muted too. Okay, one of them, the G1 I never unmuted de la última vez. Y the Alexa está muted ahora, pero Alexa has the red ring of death cuando it's mute. ¿Tú lo has visto cómo se pone cuando it's muted?
I've heard, because I've seen the echoes, the old echoes, and it's like blue when it's activated, yellow when it can't find Wi-Fi, but I never muted one. But those are like the old tower echoes.
I mean, es más o menos lo mismo. Pero entonces si tú le das al botón del mute, te mando una foto ahora.
Okay.
Déjame contestar un texto, pero cuando tú le das al botón del mute, el botón del mute turns red, y entonces the ring turns red, and it's just perpetuamente just very much telling you, no mandé por WhatsApp, very much telling you como que, hey, fucking idiots, it's muted.
That looks evil. That looks extremely
right?
evil.
it's,
it's like, I'm totally not listening. It's like, the fuck you are.
Sí, no, porque la cosa es, porque yo he visto la luz, está rojo, está azul cuando te está escuchando, blanco cuando subes y bajas el volumen. There's a purple one. I don't remember what the purple did. There's a green cuando lo seteas por primera vez.
Cuando lo seteas por primera vez.
Si compré la primera vez en algún punto, I'm pretty sure there's a green one at some point.
Well, if this part makes it into the podcast, it's going to go on the Instagram, because that looks evil.
Bien cabrón.
It's like, hey, who has never muted their Alexas or seen an Alexa before, or an Echo rather? It's like, look how evil this is, and with it already laughing, fuck it, no, that's evil.
No, that was a one-time deal. That was a mistake.
It only takes the one time, man. It only takes the one time.
That was a mistake that the Alexas were randomly calculating.
It's like, no. Once it started doing that, it's like, nope, you are not going in my house, period.
Cool. Pero
That's what.
pues,
By the way,
no.
are the waveforms working on yours? Because they're finally working on my end.
Yeah, they seem to be working fine on mine. On both yours and mine.
It's not flatlining. It's not pixelated. It's working. So yay, we're recording.
Cool. In that case, welcome to Bichin Boricuas, a special dating episode. Kind of, sort of, we don't know. We'll figure it out from here. Is it gonna be funny? Who knows? Is it gonna be sad? Who knows? Are we going to bitch about dating apps? I have no idea because I don't have any experience. But I know someone who does.
Yes.
So,
I'm absolutely bitching about dating apps.
So as
you asked for a quote unquote a friend. Gee, I wonder, but
because I have zero to no experience with dating apps. Except the one que todo el mundo tuvo al principio de la pandemia de okay, let's download Tinder and just look at people because social isolation is surprisingly depressing.
Very. But I have because, hey, I'm in the U.S. There's a lot more fishing over here than back in Puerto Rico. I've had some success in Puerto Rico, but let's try out the U.S. 3 years later, paying for 6 of the apps later. It's like, my God, this is a lot harder than expected.
I'm just going to start with the fact that I only know of 3 dating apps, and I don't even know if one of them has an app. It's Tinder, Bumble. Those are the only 2 I've ever seen people use. And then OkCupid, pero eso es porque había otro podcast que escuchábamos que usaba, creo que ese es el que tiene las preguntas.
Yes,
I don't know.
No, it does.
So, y era como que porque había otro podcast que escuchábamos que usaban las preguntas de OkCupid for shits and giggles. Y es como que, okay, cool. So, dating apps. Just as a flat line, as a baseline, which dating apps have you used?
Let me pull up my list because I made a list. So,
you fucking nerd.
Hey, if we're going to talk about this, I need to collect my thoughts somewhere. So, anyways, I've used a total of 7 apps. Paid for 6 of them because the 7th one doesn't exactly have paid parts or paid subscriptions or anything. So, I've used Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, Match.com, Hinge, Plenty of Fish, and the Facebook dating tab.
Right, that is a thing. I forgot that Facebook has a dating tab.
Here's the thing. I use it so frequently. It's part of my fucking, what do you call it? The quick tabs. The
adaptive quick tabs que hay en el Facebook app arriba.
Yes. I use it that frequently. It's part of my quick tabs.
Jesus Christ. Like, cuando eso salió, Facebook estaba, like, very much on my ass. Like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, Facebook, you know I'm in a relationship at that point in time in my life. Why the fuck?
Meanwhile, in the U.S., hey, we're trying out dating. We have installed a dating thing. I'm in. Let me in. Let me see this. and we were going back and forth because I had it released on my end before it got to Puerto Rico.
and the thing is, I know que existe en Puerto Rico. I have never anyone in my life. Tú eres la única persona con la que yo he interactuado desde que esa plataforma salió que me ha dicho, hey, did you know Facebook has a dating tab? Like, no one else has ever talked to me. Cuando te digo, man, I forgot that thing existed. I wasn't joking. I legitimately completely forgot that existed.
No, it's like, not, but forgetting. It's like, hey, this is a thing that Facebook dating. I say, hey, this is probably one of the better ideas they've had because, it works out. But also, Facebook has become a toxic place, and it's like, no. We'll
I
get
mean, I mean, I mean, I'm completely fucking out of Facebook. La cuenta existe, pero like I don't have the app. I even deleted a lot of the bookmarks in my browsers. Y en los adaptive bookmarks que te salen en el new tab page, I deleted them from there. Como que I am completely removed de Facebook.
right.
Excepto que hay un par de restaurantes aquí que la única forma de interactuar con la sociedad que ellos tienen para decirte como que, hey, we're open or we're closed, es fucking Facebook because apparently they don't believe in fucking Google Maps.
No, por eso es que I want to get off Facebook, but one, I have too many people that rely on Facebook for communication, and two, I've unfollowed enough people. As in, like, at least it's like, hey, you don't need to see everyone's posts. You can just hit the unfollow button so their posts don't show up on your feed. I've unfollowed enough people that the only posts I see mostly are from the companies I follow for, sweepstakes and offers and whatnot.
Y eso que yo creo que I used to follow a lot of companies in Twitter y poco a poco me di cuenta que era como que, it's like company, a person. Company. And I like, no, I'm going to start unfollowing people on Twitter. But then again, I'm also out of fucking Twitter desde el principio del año, so for the most part. Y estuve tratando de usar Twitter Spaces. And I know you don't want to try, pero eventualmente todos se convirtieron en como que, and this part I'm going to pitch about this before I give it up to you. It's like fucking NFTs. Todo es como que, hey, come listen to us, give us a pitch of NFTs. I'm like, god damn it. I just want to hear what people are bitching about sobre whatever the fuck's happening in whatever part of the fucking planet. But no, we have to do fucking NFT shit. NFT radio shit.
Right. But didn't that die off like the other day or something? Or it started dying already?
El mercado de crypto just crashing, pero that's not the point of this conversation. Dating apps.
Okay,
cool. So
this started because you asked. Because
I asked, y porque tú mencionaste algo de un dating app en una conversación en WhatsApp y yo te pregunté, hey, asking for a friend. How about dating apps? So
I've used 7.
Let's start with what I would consider the most popular one.
Well, it's not the most popular. It's the most well-known one, I guess.
Okay, yeah, the most well-known one, which is Tinder, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So Tinder. Talk to me about Tinder.
Okay, let me open the Tinder app because we're going to do live tours of paid subscriptions and give you an inside look without actually posting any photos of it. So, Tinder...
Porque lo único que yo sé de Tinder, además de my very, and I do mean this very fucking short, excursion dentro de Tinder, and one person replying to me, and sometime after that, y la conversación saliendo de Tinder a WhatsApp, and then that person having legal problems and then dropping from the face of the earth. That is as far as Tinder goes. Y lo único otro que sé de Tinder es que estoy en un subreddit de Tinder and it's mostly people just shitposting on Tinder profiles.
I just opened Tinder. Okay, this started because it's like, you know what? My life is getting stable after... We'll probably have discussed this by now, but it's like, hey, my life screwed over because of the cancer treatment and whatnot. And it's like, okay, my life is stable, and I have primeval needs. I need to go back out dating. I need it.
I mean, also human interaction is good.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, let me go back and see what the dating community, because last time I used it, I needed to abruptly stop I needed to stop paying for the subscriptions for, medical bills, and the fact that, hey, I'm not going to go out dating for a while, like until, this tumor is probably gone. And, I have hair on my body again. So it's like, I'm going to leave this off, put it on the side and not touch it. It's like, okay, this week I'm going to go back and let me just pay for like 1 month, because I've scraped the bottom of the barrel of at least 3 apps three of the apps that we're going to talk about, of how much I use it and had zero luck. And I've done a lot I've changed my profile so many times just to try and get a match. But anyways, by the way, I just opened right now. I opened the subscription yesterday so that I could go back and do premium stuff that we'll discuss. And it's already telling me you've ran out of potential matches. And it's like, you mean in the fucking time that I've been out, you still haven't found anyone? Fucking hell. So that's why I was saying that it's like I might need to expand and look for people literally 100 miles away.
Then again, you do live in a reasonable sized city, in a reasonable sized state. Because I don't think it's one of the. It's not a small state, but it's not one of the bigger states either.
No, exactly.
At the same time, and you also do technically live in a college town. And yet somehow you're still in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Exacto. But I'm also in this weird state, and I get like at least 70 to 80% of the people are like not my type of people. Let me explain. Around here, it's the very like super fit marathon people. I love hiking every weekend and whatnot. And if you don't like hiking, get the fuck out. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm an introverted person that likes video games and board games. Want to do that? No, if it doesn't involve hiking or exercising or whatnot, we don't want, or fishing and whatnot, or, that's the other part, religious, specifically Christian religious beliefs and conservative thinking minds and conservative activities. Like, let's go. I mean, they're not conservative ways of thinking about outdoorsy stuff. Like, let's go hunting next weekend. It's like, no, take me hunting. No. So it's like,
has chicks legitimately walked up to you and be like, "Yo, dog, take me hunting"?
No, not walked up to me, but it's like their profiles demanding that I take them hunting. It's like on their profile description. It's like, no, fuck off.
I feel maybe this is me, but I wouldn't go on a hunting trip with somebody that I just met.
Que sí que.
Because I'm like, like, if we're going to meet up somewhere, I don't know how you are más allá de la interacción limitada que uno puede tener por una conversación de texto, and maybe a few video chats or phone calls, pero a la misma vez es como que, yeah, let's go out to the middle of the woods with guns.
It's like to hunt. And then there's also the ones that love fishing. It's like exuberant amount of like, they just like fishing a lot. And it's like,
there's nothing wrong with fishing, dude.
I guess not, but it's like the sporting kind. It's like, we must go fishing every week to catch the biggest thing. And it's like, cool. Not about that. It's like, good on you, but it's like, it's weird the amount of people that love fishing around here. And it's like, I want to move just for the purpose of finding the correct people, the more my kind of people to date, but the places that in the US where I could find them, it's super expensive to live in them because those places are New York, Chicago, and California. Southern California, to be specific.
I'm sure you can meet some gente como tú in like Austin, Texas.
También Austin, Texas, but
which is also becoming extremely expensive.
Exactly. That's also the problem. But it's like, yeah, it's very small bubble, and it's like I've had better responses and whatnot usando Tinder en Puerto Rico. O sea, it's ridiculous. Usando Tinder en Puerto Rico gratis without paying. Y acá es como que no, I literally scraped the bottom of the barrel of Tinder to the point that I need to extend my range to like 100 miles just to find people in the other bigger cities around here. Because I'm a city boy. I'm not a country person. I'm sorry, America. But no, I'm also like, Southern State Bible Belt, which are also not my kind of people. And it was much worse in Wyoming. That definitely was sure.
No, de lo que tú me contaste Wyoming, como que, no offense Wyoming, but slightly offensive, como que you're all just a bunch of conservative Christian country folk.
Not even Christians. There's a mix. There's the Christians, and then because they have Utah next door, the Mormons are there.
Right, the Mormons. I always forget about them. But again, I can't believe I'm the one trying to keep this conversation on track. Going back to Tinder.
Okay, Tinder, free. Cool. You swipe left, swipe right, and maybe you'll hit, maybe you'll miss. And if you hit, hey, let's message, which I have a problem with because it's like, I don't know. I don't have any pickup lines. All the pickup lines that exist have already been used. So it's like, I don't want to be the one that just finds one on Google or quotes from generic sitcom. And it's like, okay, the only one I can do is like, hi, and why did you of all people like my profile if you don't seem to be one of those fake ones? Because that's what one thing Tinder does a lot that I've discovered. Tinder uses a lot of fake profiles or paid models to like your sole job is that for every time a new person uses our service, just hit like on their thing. You do not have to answer. It's so that it shows that someone liked you on Tinder. Usually happens within the first 24 to 48 hours. And that's how they get you to go pay for the subscription. It's like, hey, someone liked you already. You might want to check out who it is, but you have to pay for that. And for Tinder's is like $24 a month, but being that they're doing the return thing for me, I paid $12 for the return.
Wait, ¿cuánto es?
$24 mensual if you pick the monthly one. They have tiers in where que tú pagas menos if you pay for more months. Yo creo que para Tinder, if you pay for the whole year, it's $60 because it's $5 a month.
Okay, if you do the $24 month, that's $288 a year.
On a dating app that may or may not work because you would scrape the bottom of the barrel in like a month as a testimonial.
So I don't know, I'm just trying to wrap my head.
It's expensive.
That just gets expensive fast.
It does. It does.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure, tú me explicaste ahorita que como que, you get unlimited likes y like, puedes ver la gente that like you back.
Exactly. Because when you pay, it's like, okay, you get to do unlimited swipes and unlimited likes because free version, you have a limited time. So it's like, okay, you're done for today. Come back tomorrow. But no, you can keep going until you literally scrape the bottom of the barrel and it tells you you ran out of accounts. There's no more accounts for you to look at. Get out. I've done that many, many times with Tinder. And también encima de eso, if someone hits like, you can go see them. ¿Qué pasa? If it's one of those within the first 24 to 48 hour model ones, which they have professional pictures, so you can tell, it's like, that's how they get you. And sometimes once you pay, they disappear. It's like, okay, this person paid, we got him, bye. Boop. Unlike. So it's like, that's a whole thing. But you get access to, I'm looking at the app right now. It's like you have access to unlimited likes. You get boosts so that on times that are, okay, people aren't joining the app and looking for people right now. You want your profile to be seen by everyone that's looking. Hit this button right now. And it's like, it increases your chances of being seen during the popularity run, which are usually, Friday, Saturday nights when people are at the bars. It's like, okay, I'm here to find someone to probably fuck for the night. Let's go look who's out there. Or at least that's how they try to sell you. So Tinder is more for like, the way I see it, it's like, it's more for people. There are the millennials like us. And it's like, no, I want something. Yes, I want something casual, but I also want something serious. So I'm also here with the long descriptions and whatnot, and I try to fill out with as much information as I can. But most of it is people that It's like, no, I'm here for a quick fuck. One in or one out. Here's Snapchat. Here's my Snapchat, which I fucking hate, or my Instagram. I will not answer you through here. It's like, no, no. There's a system here for us to match to see if we're even worthy of talking. Don't put your Snapchat and Instagram for expect people to talk, because then I know it's like, oh, if you put him here, a bunch of thirsty guys are just going to be clamoring on your thing, and I can't imagine your mailbox on Snapchat and Instagram when you just leave that out in the open.
I mean, I would imagine that también mucho de esas cuentas que como, oh, here's my Instagram, my Snapchat. I go, oh, I'm just trying to generate get followers para mi Instagram/Snapchat.
And at least, no offense, women, because at least when I'm looking for, it's like, hey, I'm looking for straight man looking for a straight woman, or straight bisexual, whatever. That's what I'm looking
bisexual, a female identifying person that is seeking a male identifying person.
Exactly. There we go. Cool. So it's like I'm looking for that, and usually a lot of the profiles are like, if you don't do exercises like I do, there's no way we're getting together. And right now, I'm doing, after cancer and everything, I'm motivating myself to at least work on dad bod summer. That's what I'm working towards, at least. And maybe healthy boy winter. Screw bikini, hot girl summer, whatever. No. Right now, I'm working towards dad bod summer and healthy boy winter. I am coining those terms. Copywritten. Trademark. Mine. You heard it here first.
2022.
Exactly. So, anyways. But that's Twitter. That's has been my experience. Well, not Twitter. God damn it. Tinder. And it's like, oh, your just descriptions don't work. Yeah, the Tinder has the 500 character limit. Not word limit, character limit. So it's going, okay, I don't know what they're looking for. So it's like, what do I write? Because it's like, oh, just follow me on Instagram and whatnot. It's like, no, that's what they write a lot. And it's like, okay, I'll try to be honest. It's like, hey, shy guy looking. Oh yeah, that's a weird thing. That's like common understanding. The first thing you write is your height. That's it. That's the first thing you write, your height, because apparently that determines it. I should probably remove my height and see what happens. I haven't tried that out because I'm not average. I'm slightly shorter than average, so that might be the issue. But anyways, okay, I've done is like, let me be honest. It's like, oh, I'm at the, what do you call them? Not internal. What do you call introverted? It's like introverted, shy, geek, gamer, whatever, this and that, and I'm looking for something, maybe something casual, but probably need something more serious. So help me out. And I've rewritten that I don't know how many times with mixed results. But it's like, I just don't like Tinder, but I still give it a shot because one or two times so I know I've seen them, at least back in Puerto Rico, back when I was dating in Puerto Rico, that there would be these profiles like mine. It's like, I'm just a millennial trying to find someone to like actually hang out and maybe start having a serious relationship with. They are out there, and they just try Tinder out because it's the only thing they know. And
yeah, because I'm pretty sure Tinder's the most commonly known one.
Exactly. It's not exactly the most popular, but it's the most well-known one. So it's like, that's the first one everyone goes to. So it's like, of course I'm going to be there. And it's like, I shouldn't, because my kind of people aren't there. But I know that there are some out there. So it's like, I'm hoping for that one itty bitty tad bit of percentage of that little community to be there and like just maybe get a response. But once I get a response, I have zero idea how to message them, because it's like, hi. Oh, hi is banned in dating in general. It's like, if you say hi, you are unoriginal, you are boring, goodbye. We are not answering. It's like, what the fuck you want me to say? Again, I don't do pickup lines. I don't know what to tell you. I could quote some sitcom shows that I don't watch. as much as you do, because there's a weird thing. It's like they like Friends and The Office too much over here. It's like that's their number one shows, and it's like I don't like either. Yeah, sue me, internet.
That's Bichin Boricuas at thegarbage.com.
Dumpster garbage. Anyway,
Dumpstergarbage2020.com.
right. But it's like, okay, so hi, so what brought you up to match up with me? That's how I usually start. Sometimes it gets sometimes it gets conversations going. Other times it's like no response whatsoever, ghosting, which is an issue I hate dealing with. Fucking ghosting. And which do you? Being that you haven't dated in a while, do you know what ghosting is? I'm pretty sure you know what ghosting is.
Yes. Ghosting was already a thing by the time I was with my ex partner. Before I got in with my ex partner.
Right. Okay. Cool. So no, because
And
you and
I
I,
have been.
you and I both know people who like, oh, we're with our high school sweetheart. We don't know what dating is at all whatsoever.
See, no, I know, but I don't know. Like, I know what ghosting is. I have been ghosted before. I have, what do you? As much as I would like to not admit this, but I have also ghosted people. So I
So
am.
you're the
I am.
asshole.
I am also. I have. I have been the asshole. I have also, but in my personal experience, I have been ghosted way more than I have ghosted people.
Fair enough, I guess. It's like I hate being ghosted because hey, my mental health can't handle being ghosted. At least have the fucking not balls, ovaries to tell me, hey, don't work out or give me feedback, something. Just give. Ghosting doesn't help because it just sends my overthinking ass into thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? What did I say that offended them? So on and so forth. It just doesn't help. It's like, oh no, you're just unattractive and boring already. It's like, give me feedback, motherfuckers. Because that's another thing that you're not aware of. Because of me, when I did the whole, let me pay for these seven subscriptions and see where I can land. Which, by the way, if you're wondering how could I afford this, I used to make twice of what I'm making right now in the trucking industry. So I could afford this. And living in, student housing at the same time. So, whoopee. Anyways, but that's another thing. When it started dating apps, and it's like, oh, I started getting the very toxic targeted Facebook ads. It's like, hey, are you having trouble on the dating apps? Well, we can tell you what you're doing wrong and give you the profile so we can guarantee you get dozens, if not hundreds of matches every week and whatnot, and find the one for you and whatnot. It's like, okay, you just have to do either message this when you match or put this on your profile, the perfect profile. But you have to pay us $200 to $400 for that secret. Es como que son talleres. Son talleres. They're just conferences, PowerPoints to tell you how to make a better profile that'll guarantee you this. But you have to pay us hundreds of dollars to get that PowerPoint presentation. And no, I have not done that because I refuse.
Wait, ¿este dónde?
These are services that are a thing that appeared as Facebook ads on my news
like
feed.
dating coaches kind of shit?
Yes.
These are like digital dating coaches.
Yeah, yes, actual dating coaches that it's like pay us $200 to $400 and we'll give you your perfect profile and guarantee you matches. But it's like but I'm trying to be true to myself because I don't want to, lie and get in trouble later. It's like that's false advertising. You're not who you said you were on your dating profile. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that issue in the first place. That's why I'm being honest. But apparently my loser self is not exactly matchable.
Honest,
at least
the honest you is not a pro. It's not winning any bidding games, I guess.
Exactly. At least within the 60-mile radius that I've limited myself, which has put me with at least the second largest city around this state. I had to put myself at 100 miles if I want to reach the biggest city in this state, which I might have to do if Tinder 2 days, 1 day, not even 24 hours after I started using it again, tells me I already scraped the bottom of the barrel. Ugh. But anyways, that's the general thing of dating. So we can now bullet point everything else. Bumble. Okay. Bumble.
I know that Bumble existed, but I've never used Bumble, so no idea how this works.
Okay. Just so you know, a lot of these dating apps are part of the one same dating company network.
Oh yeah, sí, esa parte yo sé que hay esta compañía que just kept buying dating apps.
Exactly. And you can tell by, despite all the subscriptions being differently priced across these apps, the interface is exactly the same. To like when you go to the paying parts, the interface for you to pay parts are exactly the same. So you can tell that you're paying for the same service, but on a different app because that dating app is for different kinds of people and purposes, I guess. While Bumble is one of the last remaining ones that isn't part of that massive network that Tinder, OkCupid, I think Match is also part of.
Sí,
So,
sí, I think empezó con Match.com y poco a poco fue. They started buying other dating apps, I think. Pero sí,
right.
it's so el mismo. It's one giant conglomerate.
Exacto. So I think Bumble is one of those last ones, which is why I like still hold hope for it might actually work. But the thing with Bumble is in like at least with their original thing before I think they expanded for LGBTQ inclusion, which by the way, Bumble is a great thing because it's like, oh, are you looking? What are you doing here, Bumble? Are you looking for men, women, or are you just here to make friends? It has like a friends tab instead of a dating tab. So it's like, okay, that's cool. So, but it's like, no, I'm here for dating. I'm looking for women. Cool. And at least before they added they did inclusion, at least way back when I started using it a couple of years ago, the point of Bumble was that, okay, we know that there's a problem that women usually don't answer like 90% of the time when you match. It's like when you match, usually they expect the guys to message first. And that determines whether it goes or not. Bumble forces for the women to message you first. It's like once you match, you are not allowed to message as the guy. You're not allowed to message. She has to message.
Ella tiene que empezar la conversación.
Exacto. Ella tiene que empezar la conversación, which is awesome because it does happen, though they usually do the hi back and it's like, you fucking hypocrites, just to get this conversation going. It's like, okay, I'm going to bypass this. Hi. It's like, fucking hypocrites. You're allowed to say hi, but I'm not. Fuck you. I know they're not all the same, but it's like, that's what happens when they message first. Pero eso como que it does weird things to your, I guess, emotions because it's like, hi, it's like, okay, we matched. Now I just sit here and wait and hopefully you message me because we matched. I hope you got the notification that we matched and you already ghosted me without even attempting. Either that or they probably completely forgot that, hey, you're supposed to message me first. So do that, please. Otherwise, I can't write to you at all. So that's the thing. Pero abriendo Bumble ahora, Bumble is like probably my second favorite in terms of how to make your profile once you pay for it, because it does the same thing as Tinder. It's like, oh, once you pay, you can see people who liked you, and it has other things that they do. It's like, hey, it gives you second chances for people you already swiped no to. It lets you like go back and it's like, maybe yes, if you become desperate. But also, it's a thing. Bumble has a tendency to make accounts like boomerang back eventually, especially once you scrape the bottom of the barrel. It's like, hey, we think this person is right for you. It's like, yeah, no many times I hit like for them, they haven't hit like back. So I don't know why you're still boomeranging them back to me.
I mean,
So,
me recuerdo de Tinder, Tinder hace eso de que even if you unlike somebody, like eventually that person will come back. Sobre
right,
todo si
but
esa persona te dio like a ti.
right, but at least Tinder, it takes a while. Bumble, literally, like within the same week, if you scrape the bottom of the barrel, they will come back multiple times. It's like, I feel like I'm probably harassing this poor girl if I keep hitting like many times a week, and it's not my fault; it's Bumble's fault. At least that was like 8 months ago. Back when it was. I'm not sure how it is again because again, I reopened all my accounts last night. So it's like I'm going back to this. But I like Bumble because when you make your profile, it has filters for you to look for. Very specific filters. That it's like, okay, let me open up those filters right now. Shoot. Bumble preferences. The filters include like if you pay for it, there's advanced filters that, hey, do you want people of a certain height, or if they're active or not in exercises, certain education levels, whether they drink, whether they smoke, what are they looking in Bumble here? Like, oh, I want something casual, or I want a relationship, I want to get married soon, because there's also those weirdos, those religious weirdos. It's like, hey, we dated for 2 months, let's get married immediately. It's like, no.
Hey,
Sometimes they
some,
work out, but I
some,
can't follow. I really can't follow.
sometimes it works out. Sometimes they'll be in a relationship for an extended period of time, and then all of a sudden one of them decides they don't want to be in a relationship for reasons.
I guess, but it's like still, it's like, oh, we've met for 2 months. The record I've seen is like we met for 2 weeks. We're getting married next month. It's like, what? It's a fucking religion. What the hell? But anyways, it's like, oh, it has a filter if you want children in the relationship. Whether, hey, do you have children and I want more, or don't I have children, don't want more, just to let you know that I have children and whatnot, or I don't want any children, or I maybe someday want children. Those are filters that you can add for your searches. If you want to do astrology, this is star signs, as in like, oh, I'm a Taurus, for example, and it's like I'm looking for Capricorn, and what it's like you can do that if you want, if you're into that shit, which I find stupid, but it's a thing you can do. Um, your political leaning, where it's like, are you a liberal? Are you conservative? Or you just simply don't care? That's a filter you can add. Guess what? Fuck conservatives on my searches. And also your religion, in which,
Just because they're conservative doesn't automatically mean they're bad people.
right, but we're already gonna probably butt heads every once in a while. I know it doesn't automatically make them bad people because at least in my workplace, trucking company, a bunch of rednecks, old boomers and whatnot. It's like all super conservatives. It's like hail Trump and whatnot. It's like, yeah, there are some good eggs somewhere in there. They're not all bad, but it's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to vote for Trump or any fucking conservatives for that matter. But you can add that. And there's also the religion filter, which guess what I fucking put? Well, I leave it open because, not all Christians or Catholics are bad, but please don't force me to preach and whatnot. So there's that. But it has those kinds of filters. And then on top of that, shit, I closed it. On top of that, on your profile, you can put up to 5 of your interests that they're giving you so that they match you with others with your interests. It's like, oh, pick 5 interests from this list. It's like, oh, I like video games. I like board games. I like Netflix or writing, galleries, museums, what kind of books I read. I like reading. It's like choose 5 of those and we'll match you with people with similar interests. Cool. That helps a lot. Tinder has one that only works with 3 and it's very limited. And, it also has, okay, it also has the weird 500 character limit on description. However, this has the added benefit of giving you prompts. It's like, okay, choose 3 writing prompts and you have less than, I think it's 200 characters to answer this prompt. It's like, I'm a real nerd about right. Or what is the other one? It's just weird writing prompts to just like get conversations going, more of your description out there for yourself, which I really do enjoy. It helps on, when you can't, what you call it, when you can't write everything you want to on your description. You were going to say something?
Pero los prompts son like their time. Like como que, oh, here's a question, what tu respuesta, shit like that.
Exactly. Here's a question, and here's my answer. Just choose 3 of those writing prompts. Let me see if I can pull up a list of Bumble's writing prompts. Replace. Let's see. It's like, after work you can find me ... I'm known for ... I get way too excited about ... most useless skill I have is ... pro and con of dating me is ... 2 truths and a lie ... so on and so forth. These kinds of weird prompts, it's like, okay, let me get a conversation going and get more of my information out there without using up the main description part.
Oh yeah. Como que it's also kind of gamifying it. So far it sounds, if I'm going to go back into a dating app, so far it sounds like that one that I'm
Right.
probably going in.
Right. So I like it a lot. It's just I've scraped the bottom of the barrel of it already, and I've had mixed results. I've had mixed results, as in like yeah, we started talking for a bit, and then immediately ghosted for mid conversation. It's like, damn you. But that's Bumble. That's what I like. Now I'll show you my top favorite before I go to the weird off ones that I'll just quickly go by. Well, you know
Okay.
what? Go ahead.
Bumble is your number 2, Tinder is your number 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then what's your number 1?
Do I go number 1, or should I do the honorable or dishonorable mentions?
I mean, I think you should probably go number 1 now. And then let's talk about the fucking weird ones.
Okay, fine. So my number 1 has been OkCupid. OkCupid, I've had so many better results. It's much more premium than...
Pregunta because I honestly do not know. Is OkCupid a dating app or is it just a website?
It's a dating app. It has a full dating app, swiping left and right, exactly like Tinder, but the profiles you make are much more detailed. More, the Bumble ones I just told you? Yeah, no. Instead of limiting yourself to 200 or 500 characters, they're almost unlimited. You can write as much as you want, choose as many prompts as you want, and that's just on your profile, because then it has the second part of, hey, we have this questionnaire of over 1,000 questions that you can just choose your answers, and it's like, we'll give you a percentage of your answers versus everyone else's and match you with the one closest to those questionnaires you answered. And I've answered how much? I've answered 796 questions.
Jesus Christ, wait, how many questions do they have?
Over 1,000, dude. Over 1,000.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that I feel like I hit the graduation up porque that's what they're into saying. I'm just gonna ask questions.
Slowly raising hand. Yes.
You fucking nerd.
I really like it. It's very, it's like, because the more answers you get, the better chances the matches you get based on those, the percentages are, you get matched with better people that you might like. And that's why I've liked it so far. I've had much better results from OkCupid. Those questionnaires include, let me see if I can open this up. It's like, how important are mutual interests in a relationship? See answer questions. Let me see this. It's like, are you currently employed? Or are tacos on your top 5 food list? Could you date someone with no long-term goals? And you can answer this and even explain your answer. Add a sentence or two explaining why you answered it this way. And anyone who looks through your profile can see your questions and your answers, which I really like. It's a lot more. You have to work on your profile to make it, but once you make it and have it made, it's like, okay, the matches that you potentially get are probably really, really good people. And I've had at least one person it didn't work out because they had to move, and we only met once, and it was like literally went out the week before I got diagnosed with cancer. So then we had to stop dating. It's like, well, I have no ties. That one person I matched with didn't go over well, so I'm leaving. I'm gonna go forward and move out and do that move out of state. It's like, but we're still talking because we had a lot of common interests and we had a good time when we went out. So it's like,
I
cool.
mean, that's a good outcome.
Mhm.
Yeah, it didn't become a long term romantic relationship, but it became a relationship, a
Right,
friendly relationship. That's good.
right. However, it is uber expensive. Like, I shit. Let me see. What was I paid? Okay, it's like maybe 20. It's not uber expensive. Bumble is much more expensive. I forgot to say that. Bumble's is for 3 months, $20 a month, $60 for 3 months, $14 for 1 week of premium for a premium account. And I paid about $10 for 1 month on OkCupid, which is honestly not that bad, but that was the half off welcome back offer. So it's probably like more like around the $20 a month for them to use them.
Pero do they have like, oh, si pagas más meses de cantazo, te damos un descuento por mes?
Yes, and I'm gonna figure that out because they wouldn't let me use the other offers if I did, because this is the gotcha. Both Tinder and OkCupid, being that they are in the same company, they did the gotcha. It's like, oh, welcome back package. Here's 50% off your first month, and they make you go to the monthly subscription, which is the more expensive one. So what I did is put an alarm for a few days before that 1 month goes off, so I can cancel it and resubscribe and use the other tiers, because they won't let you choose the other tiers. That's how they get you. And I want to use the other tiers.
Sí, porque obviamente ellos prefieren que tú lo pagues mensual because that shit's way more expensive.
Exactly, but no, I want to pay for like the year account, which for like I mentioned, Tinder, it's like, I think it's like $5, $5 a month, $60 for the whole thing. Cool, I can do that. And I don't remember what was OkCupid's, but I think they do 6 months plans, and that's what I used to do. I think it's like $50, $60 for 6 months, something like that. I don't remember, but because I didn't have access to it, I had to wait until my month is nearly up to cancel and resub. But if I had to choose just one, it would be OkCupid, because it does the same thing. It's like, oh, you can go back and see swipes you said no to. You can see people who liked you, message them even before you even hit like, just to like get a vibe for them if they don't have enough information. You can just like, hey, what's up with this or what's up with that or whatnot. You can do that. However, I'm trying to find the setting again, but despite you having a an account searching within, because it has also the same filters as Bumble. Like, oh, filters, I want to find these very specific kinds of people, the and somewhat dating and whatnot. And the prompts are unlimited with almost unlimited characters. The description, it encourages you to write an essay, like not even a resume. Like, here's my cover letter for you to date me. It encourages you to write essays for your dating profile. That's what I mean, that it's a lot more work, but I definitely find it more worth it. But I'm trying to figure out, why is it doing this? I think it's just to like hype up the likes, but it does it slightly worse than Tinder. That it shows up, hey, people liked your profile. However, it doesn't give you notifications of these likes, because these likes are generated by OkCupid, because they are from around the world. Like right now, it just showed up. Hey, you have 4 likes from Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Czech Republic, Lebanon. It's like, I'm not gonna do long distance dating.
Oh, I mean, I would understand si te dice como que, oh, aquí hay unos dating apps de California. I don't know, like como que, oh, fucking halfway across the world kind of shit. That's a little bit too much.
Right. It doesn't give you phone notifications of these, but they are, but they still show up and say, "Hey, people like your profile." It's like, "Oh, weird! I didn't get notifications of this. Who are these?" And if you pay, you can see them. It's like, "Oh, these are people from around the world," which I'm not sure if they are generated or not because the pictures are somewhat professional. If not, they look like from an overstock channel, like stock photos. So it's like it's weird. I really can't tell. So I just hit dislike on all of them, and I want to say that there was a way to stop that, but that's how they kind of get you. But I've honestly had better results. It's much more in depth, and I very much like OkCupid. Definitely highly recommend for anyone trying to date. But again, using it for months on end, swiping every night, I have reached bottom of the barrel within the mile radius that I put on all these dating apps. To the point that, like I said, I'm probably going to have to consider, go check out that town that's 100 miles away. It's like, sure, it's only a 2-hour drive, less than a 2-hour drive, and we could probably meet somewhere in the middle, but trying to date someone that's 2 hours away. I mean, we're all adults. I mean, I'm working late night shifts right now, and I'm not exactly going to go out in the middle of the day to go meet up and then go back to work. Weekends, we could probably work it out, as I'm sure, hopefully they are adult enough and, they're adult enough and they understand that. Other filter I forgot to add is the obvious age filter. Like, what kind of age range are you looking for? So, there's that extra thing in case you didn't know. But no, that's my OkCupid. Not sure if you had wanted to ask me something.
I mean, es que estoy pensando de lo que yo he visto de ahí. Does it like limit cuántas preguntas puedes contestar a la vez, or you can just sit there for days and just keep repeatedly answering the questions?
Oh no, I went on marathons. It's like, okay, I'm tired of swiping. I'm just gonna keep answering questions to improve my match percentages with others. So it's like you could I think there's a hard limit on how many questions are there. I haven't answered them all. You can even set some of those questions to not show up publicly. Is it like, I'll answer this, but I don't want to show this privately because they might offend the other person, but it will still contribute to the percentage of matching to see how they answer that question.
So, sí que si tú puedes estar como que, ¿sabes? Puedes hacer respuestas privadas, pero todavía no toma en consideración el algoritmo.
Exacto. Exactly like that. It'll take all questions, even though you make them private, into consideration as part of the algorithm. I like that a lot. It helps out a lot. And let's see. What was the other thing that this thing did? The algorithm. Oh yeah, the prompts. Okay. So when you make your profile, you choose the, like, I guess, hobbies you like. It's like, oh, I like gaming, I like movies, I like television, I like this, I like that. And then for every kind of, like, you get to choose one of maybe like 10 prompts per interest. As in, like, oh, for movies, okay, hang on, I can do this. Let me open my profile. Shoot. Okay, because I haven't answered, because, oh, there's a talent prompt. What are the questions that you can ask for the talent prompt? I'm really good at ... I like to make ... I could probably beat you at ... My Patronus is ... I want to be better at ... My worst quality is ... And you can choose one of them and it'll add it to your profile. So it's almost unlimited depending how many interests you chose at the beginning.
Okay, o sea que, oye, it seems pretty straightforward. Y entonces, una vez que estás así, pues entonces, una vez que contestas las preguntas, pues la aplicación está como que, déjame darte la respuesta. I'll give you matches a base de... I'll offer you matches a base de tu respuesta.
Exacto. Pretty much.
This person should be a 96% match. Entonces tú puedes decirle sí o que no.
Exacto. You can
take it into consideration for the next person that it gives you.
Right, because it helps with being that there's not exactly a hard character limit for profile descriptions, and they encourages you to write essays for profile descriptions. It's like, okay, let's not make you waste too much time. The questionnaire will bring up those matches based on those questions that both of you have answered, which, by the way, you can see their answers too, and whatever el por qué, the why they answered that way, you can see them as part of it on top of their profile that they wrote an entire essay for. So it's like, it's a lot more work, but it really, 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 really helps out. So the answering questions help minimize the amount of people you get to see, and that way it matches the people you see, and you can just sit down and essentially be a hiring manager. It's like, okay, let's see this person's profile, their prompt answers, their questionnaire answers, their description, their fucking the demographics, their filters. It lets you sit down and watch them to see whether you want to say yes or no, and maybe hopefully they'll match or not, whatnot. So I like it a lot. It's a lot more work into it, but I say it's worth it.
Yeah, pero también es una otra cosa de que you'll get out of it when you put in. Like it's not a quick easy fuck como en Tinder.
Right.
Y te iba a preguntar, ¿tiene algo como lo que tiene Tinder ahora de que tu profile can be verified?
Oh no, Tinder. Okay, yeah, no. They being that OkCupid and Tinder are the same thing. They both have the verified thing. Bumble also has the verified thing. So yes, no, they all do the verified thing, and they don't ask for ID. They just ask for a picture of you that matches the pictures that you put on your profile. That's what they do.
Sí, porque eso es lo que me acuerdo la vez que miré cuando añadieron lo de verified, tuve que buscar como de cuál era la aplicación y como que, tienes que poner fotos que claramente se vean que son de varios sitios, por lo menos en Tinder. It has to look like son fotos que se tomaron en varios sitios en diferentes fechas y que se vea claramente que es la misma persona.
Right, y aparte que las fotos que te toman, it's like, hey, do this pose. Take a selfie doing this pose, which is usually doing the thumbs up in front of the camera. So it's like, and smiling. It's like, okay, no, you doing that pose exactly, it confirms that you are a real person on this app. So yes, so that helps a lot. So anyways, but no, those are my top 3 dating apps. Not sure if there's anything else you need to ask about them before I go to the weird ones, because we're talking over an hour already. Well, I've been talking for over an hour already.
Yeah, but again, I don't really have much to talk about this. So okay, fine. Those are your top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Tinder, Bumble, y OkCupid.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they're all owned by the same person, by the same corporation. O sea que como que cool. Right. And again, Tinder, que es el más conocido, I'm pretty sure que Tinder es el más conocido. No sé si es el más usado, pero es el más que el mundo habla, y sobre todo en las películas y en los shows. Mm-hmm. Let's go on Tinder. So, what are your, para no hacerlo este episodio too long, what are your 3, bueno, sí, te quedan 3 porque ya di Facebook dating would have been the weird odd man out.
Right.
And fuck Facebook. Okay, so what would be your 3 weird options?
Okay, so
antes de eso, que tú sepas, are there any regional a donde tú vives como farmersonly.com or shit like
that? There's one for Black people only. There's one for the Christian community. For some reason, they kept promoting for geeks only, but that's about it.
Okay, ¿verdad? Tú me enseñaste el de geeks only, and we're pretty sure that's a fucking scam.
Yes,
como
I'm pretty sure it's a scam.
como no sé si tú leíste de esos dated, pero no sé si tú leíste o viste el video de que el Board Ape Jack Club de NFTs de
Uh-huh.
la dating app que para
Fucking what?
yeah, para tu estar en el dating app you sort of had to have a Board Ape NFT. Y
Okay.
después anunciaron de que, yeah, we're closing down because it's surprisingly mostly men that are in this dating app and they're looking for women and there are no women. I'm sure that the gays and bisexual there were having a party, pero pues, ajá.
Okay, so
Let's go for the weird dating apps.
the weird ones. Facebook is obviously the weird one because it's like we already mentioned it. It's Facebook dating. Only people with Facebook are using the dating app. And usually at this point, the people who are using Facebook dating app are not exactly my kind of people. So it's like I'm there every once in a while, but I've already also scraped the bottom of the barrel. It has some filters, but they are not enforced because it's like, hey, I do not want kids. Do not want kids. Don't no kids. I don't want to date a person with kids right now because I'm trying to save my money for other people. I don't want to be taking care of your kid because I know of people. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get on the dating app so I can get a guy that can help me take care of my kid and I can be maybe somebody responsible. It's like, I get it. You need el alivio. Good. True. But you're also using someone. So I'm sorry, but no. I need my finances too. I need to survive too. So it's like, I don't want to see kids and it still shows me kids. It's like, no matter how many times I say, no, I had to go reset my preferences. It's like, hey, no kids. The next person shows me, no kids. Cool. But then the person after that, hey, I have a kid. It's like, fucking no. Stop.
Wait, so, ¿qué dating app es este?
Este es Facebook todavía. This is on Facebook.
No, fuck Facebook, dog.
Yeah, no, fuck Facebook. Next up is Match.com. Match.com is not as it's similar to OkCupid, but it's not as in-depth. As in, like, it has some of those filters, but it also has a character limit, and it's really, really, really only meant for people looking for long-term relate. So the way it's set up, it's like, okay, this is specifically for the niche of people that want long-term relationship, probably want to get married soon, and within the couple of years. And it's like, yeah, not thinking about marriage at the moment, so probably not for me, but I have paid for it. It's pretty good if you're into that, but I go get it really enforces the whole, this is for long-term relationships only. And there's no offense out there, audience, but there's a lot of old women on that app.
Hey, they have experience they can share.
I know, but still, it's like,
I'm not saying you're looking for that experience. I'm just saying they have experience.
They have experience. They have, I know they have that experience, but I go get nothing wrong with it. It's going to get. I try to find someone near my age. I don't mind a couple years older, but not 10 years older than me. Not that much. But no, that's a thing. So, but it has that very niche. It doesn't have the in-depth questionnaire. It doesn't have the in-depth writing prompts. It lets you write an essay for a description, but that's about it. And it's meant for people who are looking for extremely long-term, very serious relationships. And it's like, with the weird religious community out there that want you, like I mentioned before, it's like, let's get married within a couple of months of meeting each other. It's like, maybe it's for me some other time, just, not here. Also, that reminds me, a lot of these apps let you, specifically, a lot of these apps, if you pay for premium, it lets you change location if you pay for premium. Meaning it's that, I'm going to go visit Puerto Rico for a couple of days. So I want something to fuck on my way over there. So I'm going to put my location in Puerto Rico as of now and let people know, hey, I'm on my way from this date to this date. Want to hang out sometime? Cool. Want to meet up? There. They let you do that.
Sí, yo me acuerdo haber leído o haber visto de que Tinder introdujo algo así como passport, something like that.
Yeah, it's passports or global. as I think OkCupid does. But it's like there's that, in which it's not a bad idea. I guess it's like cool. I'm not traveling to California, but it's like, hey, anybody want to try long distance relationship from a guy stuck over here? Well, here's my profile. I probably have better chances doing it that way, honestly. Probably. But anyways, that was Facebook. Facebook and then Match. It's like long term. It has that niche. The absolute worst one is Plenty of Fish. I used this in Wyoming, and I discovered quickly that this was one of those very indie made apps that wasn't tied to the network, but also has like zero fucking cybersecurity, because it has a shit ton of bots. It's very simple like Tinder with some filters, es bien minimalist, pero hay como que el cybersecurity sucks y the amount of bots people make for attention is just like yikes. I just don't like it at all whatsoever. It's what I used in Wyoming because apparently that's the one that the people in Wyoming use, at least when I was told over there.
Plenty of Fish. I mean, I've heard about it, pero no sabía. I guess que es más regional a esa área.
Right. It's just, I guess, the Midwestern dating app of choice over there, at least in Wyoming. Because in Colorado, when I expanded, it's like, let me go date on this city in Colorado. It's like, yeah, no, they're all using the other apps because, they're far more progressive, I guess, and not, middle of buttfuck nowhere. They actually get information from people around. But that was the absolute worst one. It's like too many bots, too many glitches, and a lot of like, it sends you fake notifications of likes. And even if you paid premium, it'll say, oh, someone liked me. It doesn't exist. It just gets you to stay paying for the app.
Yeah, it just gives you a notification so you keep looking at it.
Exacto. So Plenty of Fish, absolutely not whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the same people who made that weird geek one that we're pretty sure is a scam too.
No me sorprendería que sea de como que this weird competing network.
Right. And then the last one I have is Hinge. Hinge is supposed to be the app that it's like, I'm trying to remember their motto is that it's like you match and forget. It's like you only need to match with the one person because our algorithm is, I suppose, supposedly like super exact that the filters that we have will match you exactly with the right person if you do it right. And it gives you pretty good filters like, your height, your location, do you drink, do you smoke, your age, what kind of job you have, what's your spirituality, what's your religious beliefs, so on and so forth. It gives you the same filters like I mentioned back in the Bumble one. But here's the thing. It doesn't let you write a description for yourself. It lets you do 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Let's see. 1, 2. It lets you do 3 prompts as part of your profile along with the picture. It's like, okay, it's the filters, these 3 prompts that we can give you, which are, I'll admit, it's a lot of prompts to let you write on with, I think it's like a 500 character limit per prompt for you to write on. And your pictures in between every prompt. Like sort of the Facebook one, if you ever use that one, which is a prompt and a picture, a prompt and a picture, a prompt and a picture. So it keeps you looking and swiping on it. And their motto is that you match and forget. And apparently reviewers, when I went looking, it's like, okay, which app should I pay for? Reviewers say it's like they've had the most success on Hinge for both serious dating and casual just want to fuck dating. It's like, but personally, I like it. It's pretty interesting. It's very simple. It's not as, I guess, toxic as Tinder and whatnot. Tinder, and it's not as, at least a toxic community-ish as Tinder, as in like there's genuine people in there. It's just matching is a lot harder, being that you have only these 3 prompts per person to go for. And you can at least talk to people by commenting or starting conversations, not with one-to-one, but just commenting on those prompts or pictures you have with those people. Even the pictures have prompts. It's like, post a picture of your pet or your favorite food, or you doing this, you doing that, you eating your favorite food, you and your favorite pet, and so on and so forth. So you can comment on it and start a conversation that way. I really haven't had much success. I really like it, but I haven't had success with it at all whatsoever. And the paid one is like, see who liked you and whatnot.
And how much monthly is the paid one?
Let's see. Being that I haven't paid for Hinge because I thought about it. Let's see. Preferred members. Preferred members. The 3 months is $60. So it's about Bumble's pricing. For 6 months, it's fucking $90. 1 month is $30.
Okay, so like 1 month is a little bit more expensive, pero
Right.
Múltiples meses está un poquito más barato. Or a par.
Right.
¿Cuánto te sale un año?
Dame ver si tiene una oferta.
Si tiene la suscripción por un año.
No, nada más tiene hasta 6 meses.
Y 6 meses 20 que eran 90 pesos.
6 months is $90, $14.99 a month.
I mean, 90 pesos por 6 meses, depending how efficient you are, it's doesn't sound so bad. I don't know how bad or good it is, but it doesn't sound so bad.
Right, but I like it, but I haven't had much success. That's why it's like not on my top list. It's like I like it, but I guess not that many people using it. Also, the paid one does this weird thing that I think it stopped, but I think it really stopped doing this. But when you had paid, it would tell you, it would ping off other people that are also paying for the app. It will ping off. It's like, hey, they happen to be nearby, which is probably weird and creepy tracking.
I mean, sí, pero también es como que, hey, ahí hay una persona que está cerca, so, like, that's also in the app. Está como que they're actively paid, so at least you have that basic income in common.
Right.
And you're both actively looking, passively looking.
Right. By the way, I could be mistaking that part with maybe Matches. I think it was Match.com that did that, but I don't remember right now. I honestly don't remember because I just wasn't having luck on Hinge. So I may go back, I may not. We'll see. So, but yeah, no, that's all the dating apps and my gripes on dating on thing. So I don't know if this will premiere with either soon or with She-Hulk, being that also tackles dating in your 30s with dating apps and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. But I just needed to. When you asked that, it brought up a nice, like, okay, this will make a great conversation piece to record.
Yeah, es como que, okay, so here's somebody, probably will try making más episodios como este. Probably try to make more jokes in them. This time I was legitimately just wanted to hear, but Jesus Christ. You know one thing I've noticed? Dating, that shit gets expensive fast. And it's not even before you get the food or the alcohol or
the movie tickets or the
movie tickets. I was like, no, just apparently wanting to date is getting expensive AF.
Yep, it's not for everyone at all.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm taking advantage of the 50% off coming back and then putting an alarm to unsubscribe so I can maybe, if I haven't scraped the bottom of the barrel, resubscribe for cheaper prices.
Yeah, most likely. Sí, no, definitivamente, porque es como que fucking hell.
Uh-huh.
Like, this can get expensive real fast. No, y eso que tú estás como que tú eres razonablemente responsable con tus chavos, pero es como que alguien que que no está muy consciente o detallado de esto, es como que, man, this can really, like, financially fuck you up.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. O sea, it kind of did cuando I remembered I had the dating apps cuando I was in the middle of diagnosis, and it's like I suddenly was missing over $100. It's like, oh right, my dating subscriptions just renewed. I completely forgot about that. Shit, let me cancel all of them right the fuck now. So yeah, no, it will get expensive if you're not too careful. So yeah, no, that has been my experience on dating in this world. So now you can, if you have a friend who's asking about dating, just give them this episode. That is my full review because I paid for them, so you don't have to, I guess. Or if you want to pay later, I don't know.
We try. One of us. One of us tried it, so you don't have to, because what you said, I'm pretty sure it's already taken by another YouTuber.
Probably. So, we'll see. But yeah, no, we'll figure out when this will release because you asked that question, it's like I needed to record this, so we'll figure out when this releases. So I guess that'll do it for this episode, unless you have any more questions that might be relevant for this.
Nope. Just have to say, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bichin Boricuas special dating episode. When will this come out? Who knows? Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, that's the end of the show for today. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook, which we kinda irregularly use whenever we find it necessary to. We're also on Instagram. If you can find the links to those somewhere down below here, or just go to our website at bichinboricuas.com. Thank you.